Comes passive. If you're not doing it right, I will change you until somebody I find that will make you aggressive. Okay, off you go. It affects you in different fashions. You get, you don't know what to say. You get a stutter, you get a bit of a laugh, you get a bit of a giggle, you get a bit of a... And something will hit you like a raw nerve. Hey, I might be bald and receding, but I'm not fucking ugly. You know what I mean? You're like, there's always something you have. Everyone has that. Everyone has something that really hits the buttons, right? In this case, you're standing up, you're gesticulating, you're giving them hassle, right? What you're going to do is verbal tennis in its true form. They give you something, give it straight back. Verbal tennis. What you're looking at, ugly, don't know, hasn't got a label on. Right? The thing is, what you'll get to a stumbling block on technique, where you'll go, can't think of anything else to say. And you'll start laughing, you'll dance for a while, then you start again. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Both being aggressive, both being as derogatory as you can to the other person. Everyone has to look round, I'm picking in, fucking baldy bastard. Yes? But still no physical. What happens is the adrenal pitch goes up and you get that. Really? Oh, really? Is that right? Is it? Which I'll get on to next. Right, off you go. Still no pointy pokey. Both aggressive.
Don't be shitty, stupid little fucking daft. You're a fucking boring cunt. Who you prick? Who am a prick? You're a fucking dick, man. If I'm a prick, you're a dick. You're the biggest cunt in here.
Fucking clipping you.
I'd rather be a cock than a fucking cunt.
Fucking you.
I was half as ugly as you, I'd be still not be a cunt.
Fucking bellend. Shut up.
Right, at that point, when there's two people on you, giving you verbal, and are about to physically assault you, what happens to your adrenal pitch? What it creates is a fight or flight. You either stand or fight, or would like to go about then. It's like being under starter's orders in a running race. Or you get that. Fuck that. Find something big and hit them with. Yes? What you're going to do this time is the same thing, but the person that's getting the verbal from the two can preempt slap anybody. Yeah? The two of them can work out how to slap if they want to. You have to decide when is the best opportunity for you either to slap and escape or slap and continue the fight. Yes? That's the bit that will find most people find the hardest. Nice people in the world find the hardest. At that point you go, well, I was going to do this and I was going to do that. Then he smacked us, then he's made smacked us. I can't remember much after that. At that point in time, that step over the line of making a physical response to an aggressive action is yours. I can stand there and go, go on, you're doing well. Go on, about now, about. No, don't let him do that, yeah. But I'm not there then. The only person that decides when you to go at that point is you. That's the hard bit. Did everyone get that? I can't believe you slapped us when I hadn't even started. Yes, that's the point. The whole point of it is, at that point in time, no matter whether you're a trained martial artist, whether you've done nothing, whether you've been a kid that's been locked in a room for 20 years and you come out of your bubble wrap and haven't been out in the world, it doesn't make any difference at that point in time. The hard bit is, when do you decide to defend you? Sometimes you find it easier to defend other people than yourself. It's like you see somebody getting kicked and you like walk over and you'll sort it out and like, whoa, fucking no need for that. Be on with you, minion. Like, but for yourself, you find it sometimes more difficult to, defend yourself, actually physically and verbally. Sometimes they'll call you stuff and you go, I'm not bad, stuff them. Like, in a sense, people write it down and tell you about you and things like that. Yeah, somebody goes, oh, you're right about my mum, you said. And you're straight in there, fucking kill his old sense. Yes, it's the same. The hard bit about that is deciding for yourself physically to do it. Right, you need a set of pads with a gum shield. Women are natural slappers. Yes, if you take the road to it, I'm obviously talking about you, or a girl you know. Notice when you say that, there's always a lad go, I know a girl. Yeah, Women are natural slappers. I'll explain with my baseball bat. Physical response of a slap is that. If I give you a baseball bat and you go throw something, throw your bat. Yes, it's natural. Yeah, we're not American. We don't play. Quite a few people I know in England have these. They're not a member of a team, but they like holding them, taking them in the cars, leaving them by the door, in the bed. It's for moths and flies. Yeah, it's a natural posture to turn in that fashion, which is that slap in action, which we're going to use as strikes and things like that. What you're going to do is just joking. You're going to use a natural arc, a bit like when you get a new dress and you're like, ah, do you know what I think? Girls do their forward planning. What do you think of this? I don't know why they walk like that. I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it on Saturday. Does it look nice? Why do you put your leg out? I would like to know that. That's not part of the course. I would just like to know why you wear something and go, what do you think? I never come out with a pair of jeans to your mates and go, mate, what do you think? Not all the time anyway. Come out, I mean. Right, what you're going to do is that. Okay, build up. Start off like I used to call it the bank holiday finger, because you see them on the Tuesday after the bank holiday with a big swan neck cast on, with a little finger and this little thing, and like, I don't know what happened, John, and I was there and I hit him and then I broke my hand. I wouldn't care. I punch all the time after 12 pints of lager. Yeah, it's because of that. But in the same senses, you used to. Mike Tyson broke his hand in a street brawl, because he was punching much stronger with his wraps and his tape on and his gloves than his hand could manage. Muhammad Ali had a specially developed bag that was soft because his hands were so brittle, which they wouldn't tell you during his career, because you go, he's got brittle hands. Muhammad Ali's got brittle hands. You would never believe it. And in the same sense, there was a fighter that was fighting Mike Tyson, and the manager walked along the corridor to Mike Tyson's locker room, and Mike Tyson was standing with his tape on, not his gloves, his tape on, punching the plaster off the wall. And he says it was the longest walk back to me dressing room to tell me, fighter, you'll be okay. Well done. Yeah. Where psychologically, when you tape yourself in, get your hand wraps on, to have a little bit of a warmth when you strike, everyone's amazing. When you're striking cold, in a pub, in a nightclub, at a bus stop, at a chippy, in church, I mean, it's different. It's different. You haven't had a warm up, you can't go, gives a couple minutes on, my back's a bit stiff. Right, let's go. Yes? When you're outside the chippy, it's just that. It's just that. So psychologically, sometimes you'll go with your fist that you've trained for years with to throw a punch, talk yourself out of it, and then some kid will smack you because he's high on ketamine and whatever, and he just smacks you because he doesn't care about you. He's not that bothered. Doesn't care if you're a downgrade, a desperate downgrade, whatever you want to look at it. He's not that fucking bothered. Yeah? Right. This time, what you're going to do is you're going to put your gloves on, which is a nice thing to do. Pick your best strike and assume a stance of your choosing, and then strike the pad. I'm not telling you how to do it, I'm just telling you to do it. It was your choice of the technique. Someone physically comes towards you. Do you stand like this? I feel so sad. Yes? No. you'll naturally assume a stance. Kids do it when you try to steal sweets, I've heard. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Look. What? Yeah? Yes, then. Right, you'll assume a stance. Whether you're a trained martial artist, you're like, I don't mean, come on. Crouching tiger, hidden Geordie. Yes? No, you wouldn't do that. You would just assume a stance. Yes? Anybody that comes up to you, what the fuck are you looking at? You're like, whoa, 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 mate. It's quite natural. People have made millions using a form of movement where you go, I use a flinch response. Someone's going to hit you. I think you should be already fucking flinching. Yeah? You're like, I'm working on my flinch response. As soon as he does that, I flinch and respond. Someone comes over and goes to smack you, you'll flinch anyway. Gunshot. Yes? Military personnel, things like that, you train to fight under fire. The first time you get shot at, the fucking hell. We're using live rounds today, son. I know, I just fucking heard one go past me. Yeah, you bastard. But then you get used to the sound. It's a good thing, depends on where you live. You get used to the sound. You get a trained response to act on the sound. Man on Fire. I don't mean a person on fire. I mean the film Man on Fire. Denzel Washington. A little girl who was looking after her as a bodyguard. She got frightened of the gun going into the water to do a swimming race. She was a very good swimmer. She was missing the start. And he says, you're not fearing the gun. Accept it for what it is. In this case, you accept it for what it is. At that point in time, your strike is your gun going off. The precursor to it is your fence. You hold your fence to keep you safe. Whatever they say to you makes no difference. You've just spent an hour getting called fat, ugly, bald, and dressed like shit. You know what I mean? Everything's said to you. At that point in time, affects your adrenal. At this point in time, you ignore them. What I normally do is when people go, no, I'm going to shoot you there, I'm going to blow you, like they're going to turn into the SAS overnight. Yes, they're going to pop in and like shoot you there. They're going to shoot you there and shoot you there. And I'm going to fucking blow you, boom. Really? I haven't had my house blown up. I have been shot at, but that's not. That was somebody else. It goes with the territory. People will say everything they want. You'll get the person with the strongest index finger in the thumb. That. If Malah's having a fight with him and I am the strongest person in the world, even stronger than Alan, holding him back. If I unleash the beast, there'll be no stopping him. Or he'll be over there like an instant. But this finger and thumb is stopping you getting hurt. Or the wrath that will come out of these hands, like fists of fury, would kill you. That's complete bollocks. Most times if they're travelling backwards and being derogatory, you've just won. What that point is, you make a parting comment or adjustment that help them. Fucking come back, I'm going to shoot you. I'm here all week, Thursday to Friday. I'll see you next week, son. And bring your mum, she was great last time. That's the whole point. You're fighting them, defeating them with the art of fighting, but in the verbal sense. In this case, you've missed all that bit out. It's completely went apart, and you have to smack them. Yes? You have to get over the point and be justice to yourself and do it for your own good. Yes? I'm not saying you should go out and punch everyone. I use Biggest use that as free practice because they ask you, you're on the Biggest, you know, I'm alright, sir. Thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah. Have you got 50 pence? I've got loads of fucking money. Have you got the time? Yes. Yeah. Use them as free practice. Yeah. I don't mean actually. Use them as free practice. Yes. It goes with the territory. In this case, you're going to mention something to them. Anything you want to say, you can say. If he's popping the pad up, what you're doing is you line him up, engage in his brain, then engage in his brain. One of them is with a verbal and one of them is with the strike. Please do the verbal before you do the strike. Yes? The hard bit is doing the verbal before the strike. What'll happen is, what are you trying to say? Oh, fuck. Yes? You have to engage the brain, you have to say something. What it does is it lines up your posture. If I put my hand there and I'm like, what are you trying to say? I'm actually as if I've came from a roll technique into a hand. I can't go, listen, I want no bother. But if there is, I'll be on you like a rash. Yes? You can't do that. You can't like one of your Tom Poe movements and go, you want no bother, Moxu cow and stuff. And you can't do that. You have to hide it. The hiding is exactly your trained movement in a posture. So from that, what's your problem, mate? What's your problem, mate? What's your problem, mate? What are you trying to say? What was that? You have to say something before you strike. Yes? You have to say something before you strike. You'll go, fuck. Yes? That's the hard bit. Yeah? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Is that right? Is that okay? What are you trying to say? Yeah? Go back down.
Yeah, go on.
Which one, mate?
Good shit.
What are you trying to say? Which one, mate? What are you trying to say? Yes? Don't hit them hard. You can do the pads, you can do that later. Right, off you go. When